Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Growth Rune podcast, where we dive into all the facets of healthcare with experts who are leading the industry. Please join me in welcoming Royce Brunson, the Chief Commercial Officer at GetWell Network. Thank you so much, and we appreciate you joining us, Royce. Can you please tell us about yourself and what you do at your organization?
Yeah, of course. Well, first off, thanks for having me, Sal. Love the tech conversations that we've had already closed doors, so I'm excited to bring the larger audience. Yeah, I am the chief commercial officer here at GetWell, and so my business is focused on delivering enterprise whole health engagement platform for health systems, payers, and government accounts. So when you think about your journey as a patient are somewhat fragmented, sometimes broken, yet sometimes works health system. There's a lot of technology that guides you throughout that entire process from pre, during, and post access care. GetWell's platform sits below that for health systems and for patients and guides throughout their entire health journey. So, or with the VAs or with regional enterprise health systems, we work across the entire healthcare ecosystem delivering that type of technology. So, yeah, it's a little bit about our team here.
Wonderful. Thanks for joining us, Royce. So what is your workflow like? What is it like to be Royce for a day?
Okay. So that's a great question. I will tell the audience that we did not talk about these questions. So they're not premeditated answers, which I love about this. So, a lot of my day is my work day is focused on a few different things. One is primarily powerful market motions, right, as a business. So focusing with our commercial facing teams that includes our sales and customer teams. Spend about 30% of my time really in depth with customers and sales activities. I spent a lot of my day with our marketing organizations, so our marketing team, since when I we're really focusing on how we both acquire new, retain, and build a brand in market. So spend a lot of my time on that. And then I spend a tremendous amount of time with our product and technical organizations building our product and making sure the products that we're bringing to market are exactly what our clients are looking for from a value perspective, as well as ensuring that they fit within their existing workflows. So if you know enterprise healthcare, electronic health records, enterprise data warehouses, CRMs are very big parts of the inner workings of healthcare, and we have to make sure that we augment, not replace, a lot of the work that's happening there. So designing and purposely designing products that fit those workflows is critical for us. So a lot of my time doing that work as well. So a little bit of a mixed bag across the board, but it's all in the spirit of ensure customers are getting a maximum value at what we're doing.
Very cool. So how critical is technology in your day-to-day processes? What processes, tools, or tech do you rely on or your team relies on to perform optimally?
It's a great question. I mean, tech for us is it is the heartbeat of what we're doing all day. We have different tech systems. Internally and here we're kind of the down the middle what you would expect for the companies. And what I found is even throughout the last few years of this really large tech revolution that's happened, there's still very much reliance on the traditional technology within organizations. And for us, we are just like from a perspective, we use Salesforce to full extent. Again, as an example, the Salesforce, even though it's been around for a long time, we're trying to cutting edge with how we use it. So we implemented a lot of their AI modules within there that includes sales forecasting, marketing work, a lot of other AI-driven tech modules within there. Use a lot of technology to ensure our product organization continues to run as it should. And those technology you probably understand exactly what they are. But the thing that's important for me is ensuring that the technologies enable and actually 1+1 is 10 with the technologies, not 1+1 is 2. And so we work internally
Yes.
quite a bit to ensure that that technology is talk to each other and enable value for our customers. Ultimately, if they're not providing value to customers, and even though they're internal solutions, it all has to be the spirit of getting customers what they need faster and better way. So we work, the only was saying we work all day in tech, and it's about optimizing what we have, not just about adding more.
That's interesting. So do you ever feel overwhelmed by all the tools that you're using or you have to use, or do you feel like you need more of them? And do you think new technologies like AI could potentially condense some of them, like maybe 1 + 1 = 100, right? Like,
Totally. So to answer your question, like, do I feel overwhelmed? Yes, I definitely feel overwhelmed. And I think some of the overwhelming nature of the technologies is really driven through the fragmentation of the technologies today. What I mean by that is still a lot of these tools sit on different logins or different sites,
yeah,
and it becomes overwhelming because you have this on one screen, but that on another screen, that on another screen. And my approach for our teams is the more heavily and highly integrated the solutions are for Salesforce instance, the better. And I would say this to any go-to-market leader. It doesn't have to be Salesforce, HubSpot, anything, but it should just be centralized where your eyes are all the time. And that is typically your OneDrive or GC and your Salesforce or HubSpot. And that's where you should be really operating. But I think the I have again actually I've been actually really disappointed at the adoption of AI from a marketing perspective. When I talk about that, what I mean is like things like automating behavior analytics, things like automating forecasting, things like automating um, a lot of the secondary and tertiary metrics that we look at. It's still a very manual process. And in my conversations with executives across many different industries, it still remains that way. And so I think a lot of this in our role is still yet to kind of find a place in everyday life. Yeah, there's going to be more and more advances. Even like a granular advances in marketing is there's tons of AI tools for writing. There's tons of AI tools for video clips. There's tons of AI tools for like some of that work that's happening that I think is very valuable and helping our teams tremendously. But the things that executives are really looking for is how does AI kind of our everyday lives and pull together the real insights of our markets. And if you're in retail, if you're in healthcare, if you're in pharma, whatever it might be, there's insights that we are looking for every day within our inner working functions that AI has places being able to really pull out the pulse with. And that I'm not seeing yet. And perhaps we're looking at the wrong tools, or perhaps our real cornerstone partners have integrated in that or implemented that. But I will say that, I'm not on an island to do this, so behind the times. Yeah, we're actually ahead of the times. And when I've talked with other executives, just haven't seen the full adoption yet in our world. But I think it's coming. I think within the next 3 to 5 years, there's going to be very standard solutions for a lot of this work that's going to really make us much more efficient.
that's interesting. So how do you think that affects the team you lead? What kind of challenges are they facing with the adoption to new technologies like AI? I'm sure a lot of everyone at this point has heard of large language models and the use cases of large language models, and at this point, the danger zones of large language models. Do you think um, the do you think the do you think your team is facing challenges with correctly adopting and using this at work, for example?
I think it's definitely short answer is yes. I mean, there is, in here's, I think, ultimate age is the way you operate today the same way you operated 3 to 4 years ago for a technology, right? I'm not saying processes. From a tech perspective, is the tech that you're using today, maybe 96% of the Steam we're using for the hours. And if the answer is yes, it is. Probably not adopted enough. Meaning, it doesn't have to be more, but it's at an efficient rate for what's out there. So Bouncy, yes, I mean, they're struggling to really, I think, two things. One, find an everyday empirical use for a lot of this data. Number one, and for us, it's really about data here today because we're driving cases through a whole opportunity. So we're certainly finding that challenge. I think when we look at LLMs in general, There's certainly room for it in like everyday tasks and look and feel of what we do. Then when it comes to actually making it 10%, 15% the efficiency, I would say, yeah, we continue to explore, but I think we explore with one foot in the water, one toe in the water, not 2 feet jumping in yet. And I think there will be a catalyst tool that pushes us there. It's just not getting that right yet. And so I think it will come to time.
So what kind of steps are you taking to streamline a lot of your workflows, tools? Is integration a priority for you? Because as you roll out AI, I think people people in healthcare have quickly begun to realize that AI pretty much affects everything, right?
Yeah.
So how do you integrate everything?
I think if you want integration for us is critical. But I think it is for if you're it doesn't matter what industry you're in, the integration of your tech stack today is imperative. I would say that, if it's not, if you have an organization that, as an example, doesn't have a billing system talking to a customer system or a customer system that's not part of a data system,
Right.
I would just remind folks as it's maybe 2025 student, in operating like that is very 2012, 2016 left. We're 10 years behind the time of that integration from a team perspective, a workflow perspective is not there. So we push our teams very hard on ensuring that all the systems talk to one another. In that, as I said, there's compounded efficiencies that are seen through these. Because if you have one system that talks to one system, it's helpful. If you have one system that talks to one system that talks to another system that talks to another system, you've added you hadn't had 4 steps of efficiency, you've got 10. You have these compounded efficiencies that happen for every integration. So yeah, you work really hard to make sure that what we have today stays, now it'll stay in place to continue to drive efficiency. We just, actually a few weeks ago, just completed a new integration of tech stack systems that bring a team that is siloed outside of our core tech stack into our existing tech stack. It is incredibly helpful because now we have data centricity, customer centricity, everything in one place. So, encourage sales.
Very nice. What do you think about the roadblocks or the challenges that people might have with adopting to the usage of AI, say on a clinical level, or say inside of a hospital as a co-pilot? What kind of challenges do you think exist for that?
It's just going to be, I think there's going to be twofold. First is, are you methodized? So this is a really interesting conversation within the AI health tech clinician facing tech world. Is with the introduction of AI algorithms within solutions, the FDA is having a big push around if you are using AI for diagnostic reasons, for recommending clinical pathways, etc. There's a potential, and I encourage everybody to become very fluent on this. They should be following medical device regulated by an FDA. So that is a barrier for a lot of health tech companies and a barrier for adoption. The second is around trust. And so we are talking about clinicians in many senses. They have training, low certifications, motion certifications, etc., that are rooted in really the ability to touch patients, to understand that patients, read results, and actually understand things at a scientific clinical level that the common person doesn't, right? And so when we say, hey, now we have a tool that can take all that on and do all this, the introduction of that in clinical workflows can take a lot of time. And I always remind folks that AI is certainly the buzzword, but for it to become mainstream will take many, many years, and I think many layers of trust in order to get there. It can't just be efficiency. Just what I thought people. Efficiency will help adopt AI. And you see it across the chasm of trust. that would bring a whole nother level into the playing field. What I mean by that is, imagine you're a radiologist, as an X-ray, you miss a node on there, or you miss something on this diagnosis on there. The AI now tells you in 99.9% accuracy that you won't miss it. That's not about efficiency. That's about trust. That's about building something bigger and better within the system, the healthcare system, that enables better patient care. And now that is. I think the third thing that's a barrier is privacy. So privacy, you see this in non-healthcare settings where it's just as you know, a massive lawsuit that the New York Times, Time Magazine, and others with ChatGPT for using their copyrighted information. Now imagine taking patient information in certain layers and LLMs that then learn and become smarter. There's concern, right? There's absolutely a concern about using that information solidly and not having tighter controls around it. So that's not to these things can't be what we saw. Barrier is meant to go over, right? And so it will overcome. But I think it's just going to be very interesting to see how those barriers are subsided over the coming years.
Very interesting. What are the top 3 technological improvements that you believe would have the most impact for you in 2024 or maybe 2025?
Hey, the biggest technology improvement that we will have in my company specifically is this personal tower business. Our business was just acquired by a group called Symphony AI. SAI Group owns Symphony AI, Concert AI, Lunax AI, and a number of other companies. And the SAI Group has been in AI for over 20 years. They've built incredible models. They've had a platform which is called Eureka. And within Eureka, that sits these very large language models and other predictive models that will be injected and integrated into our existing code base and existing technology. And so what's really exciting here at GetWell is we're at this because it's really important time. We have existing technology that's 10, 15, 20 years old that is meeting this technology of the future that they're going to collide really quickly. And I am so excited about it. I think the SAI Group to be able to bring just tremendous amount of historical knowledge when it comes to AI into our organization that's going to propel us into an amazing place. The other thing that's really interesting about this is that they have the SAI Group that acquired us has a series across many different sectors. And what is unique in healthcare is for what is interesting in healthcare. So healthcare is unique. The LLMs that they bring to the AI models that bring to market after the healthcare sector. What's interesting is these models have proven highly effective outside of healthcare, and we're now going to bring them into the healthcare industry. So I'm excited about that. But those are the things that I'm mostly excited about, and we'll see how they pan out.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about the models. So what do you think about the usage of proprietary models versus something like ChatGPT or OpenAI's model or Claude or Anthropic or something like that?
So, I think those open models certainly have place. I think they have more place in the generative world than anything. I think the more proprietary models will have places based on specialization of the model. And I think what's really important is it goes back to the fact that I mentioned is trust. An oncologist who treats issues for cancer is going to have a much higher trust factor with an oncology specific model. It's built for that. Second, if they build or retail model that is just about oncology. And so I think what's going to be interesting and fascinating in healthcare, we'll test this, is are there different outcomes for that oncology specific model than the retail model is just about oncology, right? But I will say that the proprietary threshold is going to have to be met for specialize these use cases. And so, for radiology, for all these third models that are just really typo specific, they're going to have to be proprietary to keep alive. But that is not to say that there's not a place for the open models. The open models are a very clear place, and they're being used for those set of use cases. But when we're talking about healthcare diagnostic and recommending at a very specific level, they will have to be transferred.
Wow, what an adventure. My concluding thoughts are that AI has a big role to play in healthcare this year. Implementing AI really well will provide the most impact out of anything. It was such a pleasure having you on the show, Royce, to discuss some of the biggest challenges in healthcare. And I'm looking forward in continuing the conversation to infinity and beyond.
Let's do it. Thank you. I appreciate it.